Hey, Tony, watching the game, of course. France kind of looks like they're playing video games sometimes the way they're going, but still just 1-0.
Yeah,
And
just one
Morocco's having
nothing.
chances.
Yeah, that's soccer can be a cruel game. You know, you can have all these great scoring chances. You look like you're dominating the game, only up 1-0, and then boom, counter attack or attack here, and then you're tied up again, and you go to penalty kicks. And so it's kind of a tough one, but we'll see how it ends up here early here in the second half. But we're going to the NBA tonight as the Mavericks are at home here with a good home record facing the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers have had their issues on the road, but tonight the Mavericks are laying two, total 216.5.
Yeah, pretty entertaining soccer game, certainly. Yeah, Tony, I'm going to go a little contrarian here. Mr. Under might be looking to take it over in the game that everybody thinks is going to go under. It's the lowest total on the board by far here, 216.5. I don't know, we just saw a game the other night was 87, 83. I thought we were dialing it back to the 90s there for a little bit, but you do have two slower paced teams here, of course, with these two teams, the Cavs and the Mavs. But I'm going to look to try to flip the script a little bit and tell you why. With these two teams, we know that we have two top offensive stars in the game, despite the two teams that are maybe known for defense. Dallas has been an over team this year for sure so far, but Cleveland's been a dead under of late, going 1-9 to the under in the last 10 games, or maybe it's 1-8, but whatever the case may be, they're definitely going under because they are the Cleveland Cavaliers, and that's the way they've kind of played it this year. But Dallas has been an over team for the most part, and it'll be up to them at home maybe to dictate the pace with Luka. I think he's the one that can kind of make this total get over for me. Dallas is 17-10 to the over this season, 7-3 to the over in the last 10 games, and 9-6 to the over at home, 13-8 to the over as a favorite. But they are playing the Cavs, so how are they going to do it? Well, Cleveland, we know, has strong interior defense with Allen. They also play good perimeter defense as well. But looking at some of the metrics, one of their weaknesses is from corner 3-point shooting. We know Dallas will be shooting the three. That's what they're going to do. No reason to go inside here against the Cavs. You have the complete playmaker in Luka Doncic. Dallas will get their stuff going. He'll be right there in the MVP conversation. He is already, of course, but he may end up being a front runner the way he's going right now. He's just been terrific. And of course, he did miss a game this week, came right back and had a strong game in their last outing against OKC, a game where Dallas made 10 of 16 3-pointers, and that's what they're going to be doing. Cleveland's one weakness in that perimeter defense is the corner three. And I think when you have a supreme playmaker like Luka Doncic, yeah, I know everybody's relying too much on Luka. Hey, you go with what you got, right? So I think Luka can look to manipulate the Cleveland defense a little bit. Now, Dallas isn't going to get the rebounds. We know that Cleveland can probably dominate the boards here, but Cleveland, they don't seem to play with the same type of vigor on the road. You mentioned it, Tony. On the road, they have struggled certainly a bit this season. Quite a bit actually in some of the games, with a poor spread record on the road as well. And Dallas, they're kind of average really in adjusted net defensive rating. They're not necessarily in the top. Now, some of their metrics would say that they are, but in adjusted net rating on defense, they're kind of average, really. They are seventh in adjusted offensive rating as well. So I think the Mavs can hit the corner threes from here at home with Luka kind of controlling the pace. Cleveland, they've definitely gone under, but they didn't have no Donovan Mitchell for two of those games. He missed 2 games prior to coming back in that last game against San Antonio, Tony, which they lost to the hottest team in the league, the San Antonio Spurs. Who knew? Well, I digress a bit on that one, but still, the Cavaliers, not as poor as you might think offensively, 12th in adjusted offensive rating. So with Mitchell back, I mean, he's a 30-point-a-game scorer. We know Luka scores over 30 a game. These guys are top offensive players here. So that's the way I'm kind of seeing it, Tony. I think Luka at home can kind of dictate more of the pace. I think the total totally reflects what everyone is perceiving about this game, but I think this game can get to 220 or higher. Look, league averages, right? I mean, you look at all the totals day in and day out. We usually get 220s or higher. Everyone's gonna, perceive that this game will go under. I may be everybody may have the last laugh on me here, but I think all of Dallas's attempts are going to come from 3-point range tonight. That's just a beat for Dallas. I don't think they have any other choice. So they have a poor shooting night, probably down in this free play, Tony. But they are at home, coming off a good 3-point shooting game. Luka can get it to those guys in the corner. He's got some shooters out there. Yeah, Kleber's out for Dallas in this one, Tony. But D. Mitch, Cleveland's got a good defense, but D. Mitch doesn't play much defense. It's everybody else that plays pretty good defense, I think. Anyway, maybe he's improved because of the people around him a little bit. And he did have 28 points in that last game. Like I said, he's pushing 30 points a game. So, great offensive player. Yeah, Cleveland, maybe the best defense in the league, but to me, this total's maybe just a little bit too low for the way things are going. Cleveland averages 110 points a game. Dallas allows 110 points a game. So Cleveland on the road, maybe you tick that down a little bit. But again, I think Dallas is going all out from 3-point range. And Luka, probably get double-digit assists here, I would think, in this one. He has to do all that he can do, and it's been a disappointing season for Dallas so far. So, this might not be the best spot for him against a Cleveland team that's pretty good, but again, Cleveland on the road, just not the same. I don't want to say it's energy and vigor on their part. I just don't think that they're quite still experienced enough, despite their recent surge, kind of up the rankings a little bit as far as their talent and ability. They're definitely a greatly improved team and a fun team to watch. I'm a big Mobley fan, certainly, and like this ball club a lot. But if it was in Cleveland, Tony, I would not hesitate to lay off this game going over. But I would say if I'm at to pinpoint what's going to happen here, Dallas's corner threes will make the difference tonight.
All right, Ramon here on Cavaliers Mavericks over 216.5. Of course, this is the home game here for Dallas. They know their spots on the court. And as you mentioned, teams now are exploiting this Cavaliers three-point defense as teams are shooting over 37% from beyond the arc here against them when the Cavaliers are on the road. So that's worth noting that there's enough data now so the opposing coaches now are targeting that. It's probably why we've seen Cavaliers struggle on the road is because teams are shooting the threes at high volume there. And of course, when you look here at the Cleveland, some of the defensive numbers have kind of gone south a little bit over the past 3 games. They allowed 53% shooting to Sacramento. Even OKC, a team that has their issues shooting the basketball, hit almost 46%. And then San Antonio, over 47%. So the defense has been kind of a little bit loose here for this Cavaliers team.
No doubt. All those unders come in for Cleveland, but you look at the average defensive net rating over the last 10 games, and it's kind of towards the bottom third of the league in those last 10 games. So, again, some of it's been also maybe on the offensive end. Remember, 2 games that Mitchell was out.
Yeah.
That got to hurt the numbers a little bit there. And, it's the showdown. Yes, the talking heads, people like you and me may be talking the defense in this game, but you still got to look at it's. A lot of the talk is also D. Mitch and Luka, right, in this game too. 2 guys who might be looking up to put some impressive numbers up against one another. So I feel like I'm on an island a bit in this one, but the way I see it, yeah, I think Cleveland's defense straight away on the arc might be good. Guards getting out a little bit, getting out to the defenders, but Luka is so good right now, right? I mean, he's a Magic Johnson type point guard. Tony, is that fair to say because of his size, talent, ability? Of course, it'd never take years to get to that level, but he's on par to be one of the best players of all time, and he sees the floor so incredibly well that I think that's the difference in getting the Mavericks the ball a little bit. Dallas has to, kind of get things together, but at home, that's the place to do it. Cleveland on the road, not so hot. I'm going contrarian here a little bit. Hey, I'm Mr. Under, Tony. I'm going over in this one.
Yep. As far as all these awards, I think now we kind of rate everything based on postseason performance. we'll see how Luka and the Mavericks proceed
Got
there.
to get right. I mean, you got to do that. I mean,
Yeah, that's really where it comes down to. Cavaliers, Mavericks over 216.5. This one will have a start time here of 9 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Ramon, let's take a look over at TonySpicks.com for today's action. As we mentioned here, Ramon doing great work here in the NHL here for 2022. 3,147 units of profit. That's all documented over at Tony's Picks. And of course, I always like to put this full screen up here because it's so impressive. Ramon's numbers here, as you take a look at how well he's performed over at Tony's Picks. Look at the year-to-date numbers here from the NHL. Look at them in the NBA. It's been fantastic numbers there. Even the NBA Summer League, college football showed profit. It was picking off those soft totals during the college baseball regionals. So he's really sharp. I'm telling you, Ramon, a really sharp bettor out there. He finds opportunities and he pounds it. And fortunately, we were able to document these plays here in NCAA baseball. So he pounded that. MMA, he's in action on just about all the MMA cards. He's been on fire there. NFL showing profit. CFL showing profit. So a good time to get on board with Ramon Scott over at TonySpeaks.com. All right, Ramon, tonight we've got the NBA here on the board, as well as NHL, college hoops. What do you have going over at Tony Speaks?
yeah, Tony got a 3-pack right now in the NBA for tonight. I like this card a lot, man. It's going to be hard for me not to maybe come up with some late steam tonight. There's been some late breaking news with some injuries tonight as well. We've seen, LaMelo Ball upgraded to questionable. He could end up in the lineup tonight against Detroit. I already gave out Charlotte on the morning steam this morning, so we're going to probably get a good number there. I expect he's going to give it a warm up, and when I see it come across, through the line service as a player upgrade, from doubtful to questionable, you know how it goes. I mean, if you really pay attention to these line moves and the news that comes out, you can get a jump on the line. You don't have to wait for the news. Everyone kind of says, well, I got to wait to see who's playing and who's not. You just kind of follow the way. You see an early move, Tony, about someone says upgraded to questionable. That usually means they're going to get in there, right? And the same thing, the reverse is true too. When you talk like players like Jalen Brunson possibly being out, for the Knicks tonight in their situation. So you can beat these lines. You don't have to be Ramon Scott. You just have to have the time and do the work. But Tony, that's why we're here. People don't have time to sit here in front of an odd screen all day like I do with a bunch of TVs looking at the latest news, the games, the scores. So they say, why pay for picks? That's why. I'm sitting here doing the work for you. I've got that 3-pack in the NBA tonight. Also a 3-pack in college basketball. I like more games than just what I have here. I like this card tonight. I'm trying to shake a Cleveland-like slump in a way, so I feel more excited tonight than I have in certainly a couple. Since I got here, Tony, to the gambling, sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. So I've got a college basketball best bet on the added board there tonight for just $15. I gave it the Tony's Picks special treatment, $15, and it's my best bet. It's coming to you in one of the added board games tonight. It's just a 3-game card in the NHL. I'm still looking, maybe come up with some late steam, but we gave out a play on the morning steam, so not sure about the hockey card tonight, which has been my best sport. I'm trying to repair a little bit of damage on the NBA, but again, I need to start kind of going against the grain here. Maybe I've kind of been following the sheep too much a little bit, Tony, and need to stick to my guns and what's worked in the past. So that's what we're going with tonight, and don't be surprised if I come in with a little something else later for the subscribers, and also maybe some late steam, because really do like this card tonight in the NBA. I think it's a good card to hit. I hear a lot of people saying they didn't like the card tonight. So the fact that I like it starts to make me feel good a little bit. Maybe I can get back to my winning ways here tonight. So what you see there is what we have right now. So you can pick up the 3-day, 7-day, or monthly passes and get all those plays and head into the weekend with plays Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And yeah, maybe into Saturday. We get into those bowl games too, Tony. Friday, Saturday, and UFC as well. 2-1 last week. Definitely put up a profit there in the UFC. There's a card this weekend as well. So it's going to be a good weekend, Tony. I'm really excited about the bowls. and everything as well. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Saves you 20%. If you're joining us here on the video, I don't want you to pay full price. It comes out of Tony's pocket.
It does. It does. That
Use
does.
that,
Yeah,
use
our
that
promo
promo
code comes
code.
out of our cut, not the capper's cut. We made that clear when we
Use
started.
that promo code TonyT at checkout and save that 20% off all of our premium pick packages, including our morning steam packages, Tony. Although we'll talk about again in a moment, but we have our show and our premium picks are on there, and Mindy and I are doing a really killer job in college basketball. So we've got some plays tonight on the college board as well, so you can add it to my package as well tonight over at Tony'sPicks.com.
That's right, guys. Got a board here. Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks. We put the numbers up there. We'll put the hockey numbers up there for you again. He's been on fire here. You see the numbers 31-47 as up there as well, showing great profit as we said for the year. NBA over 11, nearly 1,100 units of profit. College football 634 units of profit. NFL profitable. MMA profitable. So get on board here for Ramon Scott over at Tony's Picks right now on the site. You're going to see, as Ramon was talking about, his NBA 3-pack up there on this big card tonight. And we also have an early main board 3-pack up there from College Hoops. Puts together also an added board discount $15 pre-play. So we got 3 packages up there from Ramon. Of course, you see them here in orange. That means profit guarantee. They must turn a profit or the amount you purchased is credit back in your account for side credits. That is profit guarantee. Now, the plays that are the packages that are in yellow are not profit guarantee. These are the longer term passes, but they're sold at a tremendous discount. And they give you great savings here. Now that you've seen Ramon's records here, how he's doing great work here on these major sports. You may consider that 1 month all sports pass. You get all of Ramon's premium plays for a month. Included there are all 41 bowl games. We start the bowls Friday. This will take you, and it also will include the championship game. So the remainder of college football is included. Also, the final 4 weeks of the regular season from the NFL, that's included under that 1 month all sports pass. We have 4 weeks remaining. We're getting all these. Remember, we're adding Saturday games now in the NFL schedule here as we go down the stretch. So we got that covered for you. The Christmas Day games as well with that 1 month pass. Of course, all your NBA, all your college hoops, all your NHL. If Ramon's in action here with the World Cup final, that's part of it. Because remember, it's all sports. It's all sports. He's also in action with MMA as well. I know he's involved in an MMA podcast every week. Not on our channel, I think he has a side gig there, so it was just cool. So you can get on board with Ramon. He's been doing that for years, so he knows MMA very well. So you can be very, very confident. You see he's showing positive results here as we've documented those records in MMA. So again, get that 1 month all sports pass, and of course use that promo code at TonyT at checkout. And of course, you can access Ramon's. You can use the promo code there; it'll save you 20% off. You can access Ramon's page by clicking the link you see there in the description. Click the All Cappers tab, and when you do that, you'll land right on Ramon's page. Very simple. You'll be able to see his performance here. As you scroll down here in orange are his 1 day passes, and then right here, boom, here's his monthly All Sports Pass. There are other ones. I think the monthly pass is the best value right now because of the date, right? Because of all the College Bowl coming in, all the sports overlapping. Way to go is the 1 month. Get on board there for Ramon and get signed up. Ramon, we also put together a Twitter account for you over at Tony's Picks Ramon, and we're going to get those accounts all on blue pretty soon, so we get some video content up there. Of course, I know you have a lot going on over there as well as on the morning Steam show, Saturday through Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, Tony, we only put picks up there at Tony's Picks Ramon, and good thing, because otherwise, you know who might have me banned or kicked off Twitter if I get too crazy. So just picks over at Tony's Picks Ramon. You can get those every day, usually 5 days a week for sure. Try to get them up there on the weekends as well. It gets so hectic though, doesn't it? But we've got more free plays. Follow all the handicappers over at Tony's Picks Ramon. Get more free plays from our crew there at on Twitter. So also, yeah, Mindy and I'll be back tomorrow for one more show this week. We'll preview the Friday bowl games, Tony, as well on tomorrow's morning Steam show because we're off on Fridays. But with the bowl games getting fired up, maybe we'll look at a few on Saturday as well. And Mindy and I, man. Tony, one thing I've made a habit of is trying to shout out every single person, and I might have to stop because we're getting so many comments. It's so awesome, Tony. And these people are not just, saying good pick, bad pick. You guys are terrible. You guys are great. I mean, these people are coming with the heat. These are people that are betting real money. They're handicapping their games. They're watching us, and I think that's so important to note. We're sitting here as touts, as paid touts. People often say, don't pay for picks, this or that. Hey, that's not what it's about. We're bringing the information, and not everyone has the time to do all the research that we do or that these people are doing on their own as well. And it all works together, right? We're all able to kind of compare, share notes. You don't have to go over and get the plays. We want you to. That's why we're here. I'm doing all this work. I mean, I don't have much of a life, Tony. I'm just love watching these games, so that's what I love to do. So when you get on board with me, you get well researched, well thought out picks, and the same with Mindy, and that's what we do on that show. We come with our own notes and our research, and the people in the chat room do as well, and we just having a lot of fun with it. Who knows where it could go from here, Tony? We'd love what those people are doing. Like I told Mindy, Tony, when I start the day, I'm getting up 2, 3 in the morning here in Nevada now, I'll say, but it's hard to do that, right? For anybody. We see you in the middle of the night too. We know how it is, but you know what? Once I get in there with Mindy, with the chat, I feel so invigorated, which is kind of important for me right now. And I just feel so good after the show. Like, I've been awoken, if you will, waking up with the morning steam crew over there. So I really love it. I love all of our people in the chat as well. I mean, the regulars, it's just crazy that they come every single day and are so enthusiastic and helpful. Really has really brightened my spirits a bit of late and made me feel really good about the project. And I don't see us quitting at this point.
No, not at all, guys. Check out Ramon on Twitter. Tony's Picks Ramon. Of course, the morning steam, Saturday through Thursday here, 9 a.m. Eastern. I'm here on our YouTube channel and Twitter as well. Of course, we got Mad Bull LXIX. I love Ramon, so I got a lot of people there that love Ramon's work there in the mornings. You catch him on the videos there on the channel. And of course, as you say, we appreciate all the contributions from the chat members. They built up a very good community, and of course, everyone polite, good manners, and contributing with really great work. A lot of the chat folks in the chat room are handicapping these games because it's funny. You talk observed games and you'll be surprised how people fire in with their with their picks and some angles there.
Yeah, Mad Bull is one of our regulars. Certainly, we don't mind. I mean, there are always going to be different opinions on the games. I mean, when you're talking about a spread, Tony, how many games fall on one point or the other. So it really can go either way. But a lot of times when we make the pick and everybody's kind of going along with it, we kind of touted today, said, well, we were on top of the 1 day leaderboard, so it wasn't just Mindy and I, it was the whole crew. We had the best record on Tony's picks yesterday, not just Mindy and I, but our whole Team Steam chat room, if you will, can kind of share in it. And I kind of use that to say, hey, keep going over to Tony's picks. Yeah, it's a little bit of marketing in a way, but why not? If we're on top, you guys are on top. Our chat room is on top, helping us make those picks. So that's what we love about it right now. With the Team Steam, if you will, and I even hinted at it. Let's draw up a big audience, and maybe I'll invite them out here to Vegas one day, and we'll go to March Madness over at one of the top sports books or something and have a big powwow for a couple of days and watch some basketball.
Absolutely. That would be great. That would be great indeed, no doubt, guys. And of course, I know this is the afternoon lunch hour and many of you are at work, and if you are driving home, you can catch the morning steam on podcast format, so you can just available on all major platforms. We upload the show in its entirety. We do upload every pick, but we also upload every show, so you can go back and listen to the morning steam from today on our podcast. It's Tony's Picks Podcast, available on all major platforms. Just do a search, Tony's Picks, and then just look for the morning steam show, and it's the full show, and take a listen on your drive home from work. All right, Ramon, it's always great having the show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you again tomorrow.
Appreciate it, Tony. Those chat room folks are the closest thing to friends I've got, brother.
Oh, trust me. Once you hit the sports book, get ready. Get ready. You're going to get a lot of people going to know you. All right, Ramon, Scott here on.
Appreciate you.
You got